What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to another episode of The Breakfast Show with Marisha, LaShay. It's so good to be here before you guys as we continue to celebrate another season. This is season 5, and the celebration continues. Man, um, here I am giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. I have had the opportunities to complete 4 seasons before I arrived here at season 5. And I don't take this opportunity for granted or lightly. I definitely appreciate God being with me along this journey, the inspiration from different places and people. I am eternally grateful, and I will always keep expressing my gratitude because it keeps me humble and it also keeps me grounded. Just want to give a couple acknowledgments, thanking God for giving me the gift of gab. Thank you for my parents, my son, my newfound baby. Thank you to all my family, my friends, my supporters. None of this would be possible without you guys tuning in to actually listen. Moving on to the history of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. Originally, it began back in November 2020 during the pandemic. My dad and I were working on projects and having morning meetings. One day in the morning meeting, my dad and I created the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay because we asked each other these thought provoking questions. And I ran with the idea of being able to reach a bigger audience with some of these thought provoking questions and ideas and concerns, creating an actual safe space for others to engage my content. Then we decided that I would go live in months that had 30 days, which will equal 30 episodes within the actual season. So the months that have 30 days are April, June, September, and November. Hence, as to why I'm before you now in the month of April. So today is day 21 of the Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. And of course, I will be before you guys for 9 more days. That is right. The countdown will be 9 more days. I'll take a break, but I'll also have something else coming for you guys in May. And then I'll be back in June. So, yes. Now, as we move into the next part of the show, which is the mental check in, rating your emotional feelings based on a scale 1 to 10, 1 being the worst day of your life, and 10 being, I'm sorry, I said 1 being the best day of your life, 1 being the worst day of your life, and 10 being the best day of your life. Can I be below a 1? Absolutely. Can I be above a 10? Absolutely. You could be off the scale because your emotions and your feelings are based on how you're feeling and how you're starting your morning. And for me, I'm very reserved this morning. I'm at an 8.9. I am just like, okay, I know what I have to do. I have been going, working, so much going on. I'm definitely thankful, but I'm just learning how to process it all, honestly. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not in a bad headspace or anything like that. I'm just like, I know that I need more me time. I know that I need more rest because there's a lot, that is just required of me. And I want to be able to meet those expectations, and I want to be able to know that I'm on a ball of doing what I need to do. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. As we're going on, but before I move on to the question for today is, I want you guys to go ahead and share those feelings, those numbers. If you're on YouTube, drop it in the comment section. If you're on Facebook, drop it in the comment section. If you're on Instagram, drop it in the comment section. And thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and move forward. Do. All right. Ooh. Oof, oof, oof. Are you an example? The difference between a leader or follower. So, of course, I always have to come and talk about things. And today I want to talk to the leaders in the room. I also want to talk to the followers in the room because you have a choice to either be a leader or a follower. So after you hear this information, just something to put on your mind and think about. I want to talk to the leaders first. I want to talk about the 10 specific characteristics of an effective leader in the Black community. First and foremost, the first one is visionary. Having the characteristic of a visionary. An effective leader in the Black community should have a clear and compelling vision for the future of the community. They should be able to articulate this vision in a way that inspires others and motivates them to work towards achieving it. Second, empathetic. A good leader should have the empathy for the people they are leading and understand their struggles and challenges. This will help them connect with their community members and build trust. Okay. Courageous. An effective leader should be courageous and willing to take bold steps to advance the interests of their community, even if it means taking risks or standing up to powerful opponents. 4. Strong communication skills. Good communication skills are essential for any leader, and this is especially true in the Black community. A leader should be able to articulate their message clearly and persuasively and communicate effectively with a diverse range of people. 5. Knowledgeable. A good leader should have a deep understanding of the history, culture, and social dynamics of the Black community. This will enable them to make informed decisions and develop effective strategies for advancing for their community's interests. 6. Collaborate, collaborative, collaborative, collaborative. An effective leader should be able to work collaboratively with others, including other leaders in the community, to achieve common goals. They should be able to build bridges between different groups and find common ground. Number 7, to be accountable. A good leader should be accountable for their community and transparent in their actions. They should be willing to take responsibility for their decisions and actions and be open to feedback and criticism. 8. Inclusive. An effective leader should be inclusive and embrace diversity. They should be able to build correlations across different racial, ethnic, and social economic groups and be willing to listen and represent the voices of all members of their community. 9. Being strategic. A good leader should be strategic and have a long term perspective. They should be able to think strategically about how to achieve their community's goals and develop plans that are both practical and achievable. Resilient is the final one, number 10. Finally, an effective leader should be resilient and able to withstand setbacks and challenges. They should be able to bounce back from adversity and continue to lead their community towards their goals, even in the face of adversity. And now I want to talk about the reasons for being a leader. There are reasons why someone might aspire to be a leader or why they might be motivated to take on leadership roles in their professional or personal lives. Some of these reasons include the desire for personal growth. Many people seek leadership positions as a way to challenge themselves and develop new skills. Leadership roles can require a lot of hard work and dedication, but they can also provide opportunities for personal growth and development. 2. The vision and passion. Leaders are often driven by a vision or passion for a particular cause or goal. They may see a need for change or improvement in their community or workplace and feel compelled to take action to make that change happen. 3. Desire to make a difference. Leaders often want to have a positive impact on the world around them. They may be motivated by a desire to help others to make a meaningful contribution to society. 4. The ability to inspire and motivate others. Effective leaders have the ability to inspire and motivate others to work towards a common goal. They may be natural communicators or have a natural talent for bringing people together to achieve a shared objective. Number five, ambition. Some people may simply be driven by a desire for power or recognition and see leadership as a way to achieve these goals. Six, responsibility. Leadership roles often come with a great deal of responsibility, and some people may feel a sense of duty or obligation to take on those responsibilities and lead by example. Ultimately, the reasons of being a leader are varied as the people who aspire to those roles, whether driven by personal ambition, a desire to make a difference, or a sense of responsibility. Effective leaders can be a profound have a profound impact on the people and organization they lead. Okay, I've held leadership roles, being in management, that's a leadership role. Being a president of an organization, that's a leadership role. Any role that you are pretty much in as it relates to you being over people or having to lead the people or having to communicate, you have to begin to embrace that. And as I think about different roles that I have taken on in my, excuse me, in my organization, as far as like with being a Zeta, it's definitely eye opening as I look back in those moments. Like if I've had to bring other members up to speed, like when you have new members that's joining the organization, your job is to lead them and guide them and provide them with information that is going to help them to be successful members. To be well informed, a well informed Zeta is a prepared Zeta. But just even across the board of any organization that you are in, I was president over the choir in college. I was also one of the leaders with the freshman dance team. I was also served on the freshman residential council within my actual dorm. So I've actually held a few positions in biology club. I was also a member, and I was, just always doing something just to be able to strengthen the leadership. But I know that I was kind of thrown into leadership. I know in high school when my business teacher had me making speeches in front of the entire high school. That is where my leadership roles began, honestly, of being able to speak to people in large crowds of people because I was kind of thrown into that role. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much never left me. So when I speak about my leadership, it has grown over the years. It has grown. I've been a children's choir director. I have always led children, working with children, being with children. I love children, but they need an effective and strong leader. And how do you know that is being self-awareness and being able to know your leadership. I've also taken professional development with leadership last summer where I just took some chances to kind of identify and dig a little bit more into that arena of leadership and what it's all about. And that class has definitely been helping me. Same thing as it relates to in my current role as a lead teacher, just being able to lead others who are new or coming over to the school. That's a leadership role. And also, so yes, moving on to the followers in the room. 10 characteristics of a follower. So, most followers are drove by number one, their loyalty. A follower is loyal to their leader and committed to supporting their goals and objective. Number two, obedience. A follower follows instructions and obeys rules set by their leader. Number three, dependability. A follower is reliable and can be counted on to complete tasks assigned by their leader. Number four, trustworthiness. A follower is honest and trustworthy, and their leader can rely on them to act with integrity. Number five, flexibility. A follower is adaptable and can adjust to changes in the direction or goals of their leader. Excuse me. Six, cooperation. A follower works well with others and is willing to collaborate with their leader and other followers. Number 7, respect. A follower respects their leader and the authority they hold. Number 8, initiative. A follower takes initiative and seeks out opportunities to contribute to their leader's goals. Number 9, enthusiasm. A follower is enthusiastic and passionate about their leader's vision and goals. And number 10, support. A follower is supportive of their leader and is willing to provide encouragement and assistance whenever needed. Okay, so now undergoing the understanding of a follower, it doesn't seem as bad as, you know, people make it seem to be. Are you a leader or are you a follower? You just a follower, you just a follower. In order for you to be able to be an effective leader, you know that you had to start off as a follower to be able to learn the game. Your first year in, anything that is new that you've never done before, you're going to have to do the following things to be able to effectively lead that organization or whatever it is that you're doing. Followers get such a bad name because some of us are followers of Jesus Christ. Some of us are under the leadership of our pastors in churches. Some of us are under the leadership, if we're working a 9 to 5 job, under a supervisor. There's a hierarchy somewhere that you are following. You are following God's plan as it relates to your children. You are following your parents' leadership in a sense that you are following because this is all that you know. This is all that you know unless you are changing the narrative to be able to create your own way. That's the only way that I see you taking on or taking ownership of your leadership. You can still be a leader, but in order to be an effective leader, as I say and will keep saying, you have to know how to follow. You have to gain loyalty. You have to have obedience. You have to have independently. You have to be trustworthy that they trust you. If people are partnering with you, you're following their lead because this is their goal, clearly. You can't overstep somebody when you're collaborating with them to try to tell them what the goal is if you don't really know what the goal is. That's why you're following along. You're a follower on social media. You are following the trend in some shape or form. We are following for whatever reason for our own understanding. That's just like we are followers on Facebook, we're followers on Instagram, we're followers on Twitter, we're followers on TikTok. We got followers. Why are they calling it followers if following is a bad thing or have been shown to us as a bad thing? We are followers of something. Now, what that is up to us personally. That's personal preference. Oh, I'm gonna follow the wave. Oh, I'm gonna sit up here and follow this just because it's going on social media. I'm gonna do it. Now, the mentality of a follower, you could be following for the wrong reasons and not the right reasons. Let's continue. What are some of the causes of people being followers? There are several reasons why people may choose to be followers rather than leaders in various contexts. It's the fear of failure, or making mistakes. Some people may avoid taking on leadership roles because they are afraid of failing or making mistakes. By following someone else's lead, they can avoid the pressure and responsibility of making important decisions. Number 2, they lack confidence. Individuals with low self esteem or confidence may feel more comfortable following someone else's lead instead of taking charge themselves. 3, desire for direction. Some people prefer to have a clear direction and guidance from others rather than having to make decisions independently. 4, need for security. Following someone can provide a sense of security and stability, especially in situations that feel uncertain or risky. 5, lack of interest. Some people simply may not have a strong interest in being a leader or may prefer to focus on other aspects of their lives or work. 6, respect for authority. Individuals who have a strong respect for authority or hierarchy may be inclined to follow someone in a position of power or leadership. 7, group dynamics in group settings. Some people may naturally fall into follower roles, as often take on leadership roles or as a way to support and collaborate with others towards a common goal. It is important to know that being a follower is not necessarily a negative thing, as I previously stated. Following others can be an essential component of teamwork, collaboration, and achieving shared goals. However, it's also important for individuals to understand that their motivations and preferences when it comes to leadership and followership is to ensure that they are making conscious choices that align with their values and their goals. not because somebody told you to, when you know that that's not conducively to who you are. So let's be clear, okay? Because we said a lot, so let me be clear. Are you an example? Are you a leader or are you a follower? And this is not to shed light on the negative side of things, but you being the person that you are. For me, I'm going to say that I'm both. I could be both with different aspects of my life. When I'm new to something, I'm a follower. When I'm experiencing something, I'm activating being a leader. Now, on my decision making, that's a growing area for me. I'm not gonna even stunt. That's a growing area for me. As I see fit with the situation, that's a growing area because I used to impulsively make decisions. I would never actually sit down and think about it. Desperation caused me to make a desperate decision, a poor decision. Because in that moment, I was driven by emotion more so than rationale. And now I actually sit down and I'm like, I know that I got to pray. I know I got to meditate on this. I know I got to take some time out to actually think about it. So, my advice to you, I will do the same thing. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the close of the show. But before I get out of here, just want to update you guys on a couple things. I had 2 goals in celebration of my 2-year anniversary for the podcast. My first goal was to expand my listening base by 1,000 listeners. However, I'm currently at 453. It is still an ongoing goal of mine, and I am working on it. My second goal was to expand into different countries. I currently have 12 countries that I'm currently in, and I'm looking to take down 183 more. And my final goal that I didn't really make a goal and share with you guys is expanding my reach as far as different platforms that I'm on. I'm currently on 10 different platforms. I'm also coming soon. I'm going to be dropping subscriptions and things like that. So stay tuned, you guys. Love you guys so much. I want you guys to have an amazing Friday and an awesome weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in to The Breakfast Show with Marisha LaShay. Peace.